Okay, so those are all my favorite armbar defense tricks. Now I'm just gonna show you the #1 defense you're gonna be using 90% of the time. This one will do it for you. You'll be able to defend the armbar. It is a little bit more physically intensive because you have to get on top, and that can be tricky sometimes. So let's do it again from this angle here. So this is just going to be from the rear naked choke grip. It doesn't matter if you have your hand on the outside of the knee or on the inside of the knee. Let's just assume worst case scenario, the hand's already on the outside of her leg. It's not super secure underneath the leg, but she has the armbar attack and I'm kind of stuck here, okay? So if she has both hands on my arm, that's good for me. This will not work if she has one hand underneath my leg, which is something that I would prefer to do. Like if I have an armbar, I'll control this leg just to defend against this next defense I'm going to show you. But most of the time, people will not be aware that they need to control the leg to defend against this. So they'll be doubled up on one arm, mainly focused on just breaking your grip rather than focused on keeping you flat on your back. And I always say that the armbar position is more of a control position than a submission. Like this is better than side control, better than mount, better than back attacks. This control is super strong unless you don't control their leg. So when I have my rear naked choke grip, I'm going to start swinging my legs. I'm going to kind of start building up like a rocking motion. So see how I don't do it all in one motion. I don't just go up and then down, I'll get stuck. What I do is I start rocking slightly, and every rock, I bring my hips closer to her body here, okay? That's the key, is I start kind of like rocking once, rocking twice, and then rocking a third time so that I'm fully able to swing and come up on top. Because right now, she's perpendicular to my body, right? Her legs are going this way, my body's going this way. If I just try and sit straight up, nothing happens. But as I move closer and closer to parallel with her body, it becomes a lot easier to just swing her in the direction she wants to go already. She wants to go that way to lean back on the arm bar. So by moving my hips this way, it actually makes it easy for both of us to swing up like this, okay? So here, it's a little bit disguised. I don't want to telegraph that that's what I'm trying to do. So I kind of I'm struggling, and then on the final swing, it becomes a little bit more effortless. At this point, I just have to switch my hips as I drive up on top. Then let's turn this way so they can see. And then we're just trying to put stacking pressure. I just want to lean down on her. The more I just put my weight down, the harder it's going to be for her to extend up and away. Because for her to finish this armbar now, she'd have to fully extend me up. And that's a lot of exertion from her. She has to kick all my weight up and off of her to get the armbar extended. So if I'm here, I just want to kind of tuck my shoulder in towards her and just make her carry the weight on her neck so that she just wants to relax and go back to closed guard or something instead because it's so uncomfortable. If they're really insistent on staying here, we can start grabbing the pants if the hand's on the outside. If the hand was on the inside, it's pretty easy to just open up this leg and use this defense, which we did from bottom. But most likely you'll be here, putting pressure, and you've got to secure this grip and kind of pull this leg off and look to get this hand from your elbow to the inside of the leg. Once it's on the inside of the leg, she's not going to be able to extend and finish this arm bar. And then once I'm here, I have tons of leverage. I just lift my elbow up out of the arm bar and pull it out, okay? Do it one more time. So I'm here. If I have it under the leg here like this is a little bit easier, but if it's over the top, that's fine. She's gonna be pulling, I'm gonna be kind of trying to sit up. Can't really quite make it, but as I get more parallel, I can. I'm up, I start to stack, and then make her carry her weight on her neck, and then look for an opportunity to kind of pull this leg off so you can slide this hand through. Once the legs are off your head, it's pretty safe to even just extend your arm. She's not gonna arm bar you here, and you'll be able to just rip your arm out. Okay, any questions? On two, 1, 2. I'm more of a SpaceX kind of guy. I think NASA's kind of lame actually. All NASA did was just kill the space program, and then SpaceX brought it back, so fuck NASA, honestly. You definitely have to keep the stacked pressure.
okay.
You must keep this shoulder over his head.
Okay.
If you don't have the weight over his head, he can arm bar you.
I
So
see, okay.
at this position, now you're pretty safe, and you can start pulling your right elbow out, just however you can manage,
Here.
as long as you've kept the weight compressed on his head.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
That made a difference when I started stacking him.
yeah. Nice, and as long as you keep that weight directly over his head, it's gonna be really hard for him to spin out or do anything, and you're just looking to pull your arm out at that point. Very good. Beautiful.